Hello, Temijalua. How are you doing? Hello, so good to see you. You are on mute.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon and good night from here in India.
Wow, in Nigeria, we're in the afternoon stroke evening.
Lovely, awesome. And so good to see you and for you to talk on such an important and relevant topic for today. I'm so excited to hear you more on that. Most welcome.
I'm excited to be here as well. Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely.
This is from Nigeria.
Absolutely, our pleasure. So a very warm welcome to you. We are already live on social media and we are here to celebrate you and your work. And a big hand to you for also getting awarded on the annual Women Economic Forum with the award.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm so excited to be announcing this, to be awarded for the Exceptional Leader of Excellence by the annual Women Economic Forum 2021. And you are going to talk on engaging local communities to build global businesses. Something that we have all seen. We have all been locked in home, but we have all been able to reach out globally like we are doing right now. And the possibilities are endless. This is a bus women cannot afford to miss. And we cannot have, we cannot wait any longer to hear from you.
Thank you. Okay, so the floor is mine, right?
Absolutely, the floor is yours, and the next 10 minutes belong to you. Please let us know more about your work and how we can leverage the local for the global.
Wow, thank you very much. Wow, okay, my topic is engaging local communities and building global business. My name is Temiloluwa Additional. I'm a Nigerian. I'm also the lead learning officer at Readland and the co-founder of Readland. In July 2016, sometime that was like 5 years ago, I had deeper understanding about life. And something kept telling me that life was deeper than the path I was taking. And I wanted something more, which was a big challenge. And I went now back into my mind. And this is what happened. Something wonderful happened, but everyone will say, oh, my life changed. But for me, it was a path that I knew that I would take for the rest of my life that I found. I had a dream sometime when I was in 400 level in the university that I saw children on the dustbin, and like many of them, like 10 of them held onto my skirts and they were asking for help. I didn't know what to do. I felt it was a taboo to be on a dumpster, a very big dumpster, a huge one as at that. I tried to run away from these children, and the more I ran away from them, I saw that there were millions. I mean millions, and they made a long line, and they were holding onto my skirts and crying. They were crying, they were dirty, they were tattered, they were asking for help. But my life went away from that path because I didn't understand what the dream was going to be and how. I didn't understand. I didn't have the full understanding of it. So it was at this point in my life 5 years ago, I began to think of a bigger perspective of what life was going to be. And at that point in time, I had that voice telling me to go back to that dream and explore and do something divine about my life. So what did I do? I resigned from a well-paid teaching job, which was in a private business. And it was in an international school to start what is called Readland today. And it was soul searching for me because I started with 0 naira. I didn't have any funds. And what did I do? I called my family together. We removed all the SETI, all the things we had in our sitting room, and went after the out-of-school children in Agege community in Nigeria. If you know Agege community in Nigeria, you know you have succulent ewa going. That's the beans. There's tasty beans, peppery beans, and you have this succulent agege bread. That's where it's sold. And then it's a place where only artisans, local people, local traders live. Now, what was prevalent in that environment at that time was that children that were going to school could not read, and children, some were even out of school and they were selling. So Readland started from my sitting room with 0 naira. All I did was all the books I had accumulated for my children over the years. I have 3 children, and all the books I had accumulated in my pursuit of my career. I packed them all out, and we said we got 46 out of school children into the sitting room, and we began to read to them. Now something began to happen. It was like magic. It was hard at the beginning, and so this is what happened. It was in this undeserved community that a change began to happen. I saw that there was a particular knowledge that I'd gained over the years, over like 12 years as a teacher, that needed to enter this community. So every time walking on the dusty roads and dirty streets, I dreamt of a center, a learning center, a reading center where children will have a difference, and teenagers, their lives will make a difference, because what was happening in that community wasn't what was supposed to be. So this is what else we did. My family and I went around the community, as I said. We packed 46 children, showed up that first Saturday in the month of May. That was 5 years ago. And then before we knew it, 46 children morphed into 200 children. So one person would say, oh, I went to somewhere, a sitting room, I went to somebody's house, they taught us to read. And so they began to gather themselves, and there were 200 children before we knew it in the community. And then our sitting room became the learning center. Remember, I started with 0 naira. I only started with the children's books I had at home at that time. And then before we knew it, we began to read every Saturday for 3 hours, and we began to gather them. Then this started a system of reading and feeding. So we'll read, we'll feed. And then we changed the moods of the environment with books. That was what we began to do. Explosion occurred at one point in time. There was a particular child that had been coming. He was diagnosed for autism, and he could not read. He wasn't talking. All of a sudden, I got a call from his teacher that day on a Monday, and she says, Mr. Adeshina, what did you do to this boy? Magic happened. He took a book and he began to read to the whole class. And she said, teach me the magic. Like magic, the word spread, and 200 children grew to 1,000 children. And I can tell you for free. At that point in time, we had a problem. Due to the residential apartment we were using, we were kicked out, and we had to get a field. Our word was, this was something I had found. It was life, it was me, it was purpose. And so we found a field and began to gather children from all over the public schools of Agege. And a company, Kellogg's Nigeria, began to feed these children for free. So every Saturday, the children come, they are volunteers, read to them. They began to learn out of school children. And then they grew, and they continue to grow. Then early in 2019, I get a call from my excellency, the wife of the vice president of Nigeria. She saw the book. I'd written a book called Bantu, the Big Fat Bully. There's a case of bullying now in Nigeria. And in 2018, we wrote the book and went on a campaign on all public schools. It was adopted by the Lagos State Public School in Nigeria for the official, as the official anti-bullying book in Lagos State in Nigeria. And so she saw the book in Paris, she saw the book in the UK, and she said, would you come on the bookshop project I have for communities? And that was how Readland began. Remember, I started with 0 naira, and things began to happen. Parents began to say, pay, I want to pay for my children. I want to pay for your service. And services began. We had a reading package for children, parents were paying. The wife of the vice president said that Her Excellency Oludolapo Shibajo said, would you recruit all the librarians for me for my bookshop project and then give me a list of books? So it was Readland that spearheaded all the books in all her community projects and all the centers she opened at that time. So instead of us only being one center, we had moved to like 10 centers by 2019. Wow. Then at this juncture, I want to sympathize with families that, lost their dear ones during the coronavirus, during the pandemic, because something happened. Pandemic started. We had options, no physical gatherings anymore. Yes, we had to diversify or die. We chose the former, to diversify, not to die. So this is what we did. We got devices for children in communities, a device, a laptop. We got laptops, we got data, we got modems for communities where children could gather in clusters with sanitizers, with face masks. This is what we began to do. We began virtual master classes. We taught foundational literacy, numeracy, coding, creative writing skills, public speaking skills. Wow. And then 2 African countries joined us. Ghana and Sierra Leone came on board. Children needed to learn during the pandemic. Parents began to enroll their children virtually in master classes. We recruited more instructors at Freetown. Wow. And according to and then I can tell you now, many children have won awards from all these classes. The children won the robotics awards from the International Robotics Award that was showcased in this year, 2021, in Malaysia. Out of 24 countries, Nigeria came second. 2 children represented Reedland, Nigeria from Reedland, and they came second. And then the Union Bank Mobile Game Jam, which is another international mobile game jam in Nigeria. A 7-year-old child won 300,000 and won the prize for his category. Now, Akada Children Book Festival is an international festival in Nigeria, the only one we have in Africa. 2020, Reedland, a child won the first prize as a Best Illustrator of the Year. And then this year, from Reedland, we also have the Best Illustrator 2021 of the year. Now, in all the creative writing master classes, children have written and they have published books from these classes. This is a book written by a child, Sai Sharon, 10-year-old child. There are many books from children in all these classes. This is Miss Clean Issues. A child has written this. So we began to have children working on their skills, various skills. This is a child from Slovakia. Yes. And children doing amazing things in all these classes. Wow. According to the World Economic Forum, why are we running on this race of training children on their skills, foundational literacy as well? It's because by 2030, about a quarter of the world's population under the age of 25 will be living in and be coming from Africa. So there are economic prospects as well, not only of Africa, but of the world. And it depends on skills and capabilities and productivity of our youth. 2 lessons I have learned on this journey from my sitting room with no kobo, starting with no dollars, no amount of money at all, is 2 lessons. I want you to know that on this journey of engaging local communities, now we have over 12 communities. You don't know all these places, but they are the rural and the undeserved communities in Nigeria. We have centers in over 12 communities already. Is first, you have to achieve a positive impact. You must genuinely be passionate about your cause. I left my teaching job and I didn't care. I wanted something divine, something that was life. I know if I die today, I have given back. Is you must be empathic and persistent. And there will be a lot of hurdles, but a genuine love for you to make a change, in case a genuine love for what you do will increase your brand awareness, establish a positive reputation, and grow your business. And secondly, the greatest resource required to make impact is not money, is not material needs, it's love. This is the greatest resource of your genuine love for whatever community you belong to. And that's the collective change, which will bring all the community's desires and your desires as well. Attraction.
Thank you so very much, Temilore. It was really a very inspiring speech, and indeed, your biggest resource is love. I take that away from your talk, and that is a precious reminder for each one of us, the most precious resource you have got in the face of hatred, in the face of any kind of antagonism. The only resource and the only powerful resource you have got is love. Thank you so very much.
or rupee to change the world. You need love.
Yes, yes, absolutely so. The passion is visible, the love is palpable on your face, and it is a pleasure and a privilege to have you on Annual Women Economic Forum 2021. I once again congratulate you for the award you will be bestowed with. It will reach you over email soon, and it was a privilege to have you today. Let's stay in
Thank you,
touch. Let's connect.
Did I get your name? Sengupta.
Pinjini
Is that your
Sengupta.
name?
Yes, yes.
Sengupta. Thank you.
My
Thank you.
pleasure.